largest wheelchair accessible cave. Has been since about 1983. The paths here, they go all the way in. It's one large chamber, some gentle inclines. It's going to be very easy to walk around today, everyone, and take lots of lovely photos. So you're more than welcome to do that on the tour as well. Now, a little bit of background here on Tantanoola Cave. This cave wasn't discovered until 1930, which for the limestone coast, which is absolutely riddled with caves, was quite late. It was discovered by a 16-year-old farm boy named Boyce Lane. You might have seen his portrait hanging up in the visitor centre there. He lived at the lovely stone cottage down the hill. You might have seen it coming up. This was all the family farm back in the day. And he grew up running around the property here, rabbit hunting with his tiny pet ferret. He would send that ferret down a rabbit hole, and he'd scare the rabbit out, he'd chuck a net over, bag it up, take it back to mum and dad. Everyone gets a bit of rabbit stew for dinner. Yeah, tastes like chicken, right? Yeah. Now one day, he's walking along the up and down rocks here. It's what we call the cliff face that makes up the park. And as he's walking along, he finds a larger than normal size hole in the side of the cliff. Now, I will let you know, it's not the large metal door in the side there. That did come a little bit later. But if everyone looks above the door, can you see there's a plaque set into the stone? You might have to curve around a bit to see, but I promise you it is there. Where that plaque is set, where it's now bricked up, that's the original entrance to the cave. And that's what Boyce finds, a hole about that big. Now when Boyce looks at that hole, he thinks there's a tasty rabbit hiding down there. So he grabs his ferret and he sends it down into the hole. And never comes back. He's waiting half an hour, there's no sign of his ferret. So what do you guys think that a bored 16-year-old farm boy is going to do if he's staring at a hole for an hour? Anyone? He'd get tired and sleep, and he doesn't want to go in at all. Oh yeah, that's, okay, all right, you guys, you can leave, that's all done. Yeah. No, he looks at that hole and he thinks, you know what, I reckon I can just about fit down there. So he gets down on all fours, he climbs through a couple of metres until that tiny little hole, it opens out onto this small little shelf looking at a very large but pitch black chamber. It's so dark in there, when he does have enough room to stand up, he accidentally knocks over a rock, it tumbles in, it makes a massive boom and clang and pow along the walls, and that scares the pants off him. So he jumps out the hole, back to the house, he tells his older brother there what he's found, and it's lucky because his older brother has a decent torch and a bit of rope. So once Boyce has changed his pants, he heads back to the hole here, the brothers climb down, they turn that torch on, they find this amazing cave. It's full of all these beautiful, weird, wonderful crystal structures everywhere they shine that torch. And right down the back of the cave there, at the very end, they find one terrified ferret running around in circles, wondering where everyone's gone. So don't worry guys, the ferret lived! Yay! Now within 2 weeks of the boys discovering they had a cave in their backyard, the entire Lane family were running cave tours and charging people a couple of bucks to come in. So they got really busy. They started opening up the hole, putting in stairs and lights, and they ran it as a show cave until about 1972. So 42 years operated by the Lanes. Before the lease on the cave expired, they had to hand it back to the council and they donated it to us, the National Parks and Wildlife Service. It's been a conservation park here ever since 1972. A lot of the Lane family stayed on as guides for many years after that. So it's been a show cave here for 95 years non-stop. And within the last 2, the cave's become state heritage listed. So it's protected under Commonwealth law, but we're still allowed the people to come along on what is quite a nice morning, have a look inside a very deep dank cave. Now, before we go in, we've just got a couple of ground rules to go over. Does anyone have any food or drink on them today?
Just water.
Just the water? So, water, I'm more than happy for you to drink that in the cave. Same with any medications you need. You're more than welcome to take that in the cave, but please, no eating or drinking anything else while we're inside. We have a very closed ecosystem in there. We don't want to give any of the animals that live in the cave anything to eat. It's really going to upset them. So if you do have any lollies, gums, sweets, chips, 5-course meals, what have you, either keep it in your rucksack, your pockets, or chuck it in the bins just in the visitor centre there before we head in. Now when we're walking through everyone, Just be aware the paths may be a little bit slippery in some places, so do take care. There are handrails in the steeper sections if you do need them, but the most important thing that we need to remember is making sure we're only walking on the concrete paths inside and that we're not touching any of the crystal structures, the walls or the features while we're in the cave. Even the oils in our skin, they have enough acid. If we touch the crystals, we burn them just by touching them. We eat away at that very delicate structure. It stops them growing. Same with any drips hanging off any of the features. If we collect those drips, that's stopping the stalactite, the mite, any of those features growing in the cave. And we don't want to walk on the surface of the cave either, because we can crush crystal growth underneath our feet just by stepping on it. So making sure we're only on the paths, we're not touching any of the crystal structures. Can we all do that, and can we all respect the cave?
Yes.